So I've been teaching private guitar and bass students for many years, and one of the things that I usually do for my students is make jam tracks for them to practice with. And in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how you can quickly make some really high quality jam tracks with GarageBand on an iPad. So the purpose of a jam track is so that a student or musician can have a full band to play with. If they don't have access to a real band, or they're not in a band, they don't know musicians that they can play with, then a jam track gives them the opportunity to play along with real music, and that's really, in my experience, where students and musicians learn the most and how they get better faster. So that's the purpose of a jam track. I'm going to show you how to make one pretty quickly here in GarageBand. So I'm on my iPad Pro, and I'm going to start up GarageBand. And I'm going to, typically GarageBand would open up in this My Songs window. And you'd want to hit the plus in the upper left hand corner to add a new song. Then create new song. And we're going to start with drums because that's pretty much an essential part of a good jam track. You got to have steady rhythm. And we're going to want to use drummer. So this is really kind of a light AI drumming machine. And I'm going to tap acoustic drummer in the lower left. That's going to add this drummer track to my project. And I just want to listen to it, make sure it sounds good. Alright, sounds fine. I don't need anything fancy. It's going to have a few fills in it here and there. One thing though, I am in this example going to be making a 12-bar blues jam track for the key of A minor. And I'm going to want to have at least 12 measures because it's a 12 bars, 12 measure, 12 bar blues. Right now, if you look at the ruler along the top of GarageBand, you'll see that it's only 8 measures. So in order to expand that out to 12, I'm going to hit the plus sign in the upper right corner now. And then I'm going to select my section A, which is kind of just a default section. I want to leave automatic turned off, and I just tap to increase the number of measures to 12. And I can tap anywhere in the window to make that dialog go away, and you can see that it's expanded now to 12 measures. And even over here where it's expanded, we're just still hearing the same drum track. So that's perfect. Now we've got a 12-bar drum track. Next thing we want to do is add some bass. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to find bass. And I'm going to tap Smart Bass in the lower left corner. I'm going to select Rock Bass, and in order to do that I'm going to tap on the picture of the bass here in the sort of center left where it says Liverpool. I'm going to tap on that. I'm going to select P bass for kind of a rock sound. And now I'm also going to turn my autoplay knob, which is on the right. I'm going to turn that up to 1. And as you can hear now, because we've got autoplay engaged and our switch is set to chords, it's just going to be playing a basic automated bass line in A minor, which is what I highlighted. So I'm going to tap that again to turn it off. Now in our tune here, I'm going to be working in A minor. I want to 12-bar blues in A minor. And so A minor and D minor are great. That's our 1 and 4 chord. But E minor, although that's our diatonic 5 chord, we're going to really want that to be an E7 in order to make this sound more like a blues. So I'm going to want to change this first chord from E minor to E7, the dominant chord. To do that, you can actually edit any of these chords to a variety of different qualities. And you want to tap the wrench icon in the upper right. And then you're going to tap on Edit Chords. I'm going to select E minor, and I'm going to change it to a major triad with a 7th extension. And as you can see, the icon now has been changed to E7. And if we use a slightly different autoplay, there we get a little bit of our dominant quality injected. So let's leave it on autoplay 4, turn this off, and we're going to record our 12-bar blues. So I'm following a very basic 12-bar blues format here, which is going to be 4 measures of our 1 chord, here that's A minor, 2 measures of D minor, 2 more measures of A minor, then 1 measure of E7, 1 measure of D minor, 1 measure of A minor, turning around on a final measure of E7. So that's a standard 12-bar blues formula, and that's what I'm going to be recording here. going to wait, changing chords when the time is right. Back to A minor. Now one of each. Now you can see it's recorded that, and it's playing back automatically. Everything sounds good. Now I want to do one more thing, and that is add an organ. So I'm going to tap the plus sign under the picture of the bass. That's going to add a new track. And I'm going to go to keyboards or piano. Let's see, here it is, keyboard. And I'm going to tap Smart Piano in the lower left. Now I've got the same chords. I don't really want a piano, I want to use classic rock organ. And I'm going to change my autoplay to 2 to get kind of a cool vibe rock organ. And now I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to start from the first measure through the 12th measure, and I'm going to record a take of exactly a 12-bar blues in A minor. So 4 bars A minor, 2 of D minor, 2 of A minor, 1 E7, 1 D minor, 1 A minor, turning around on E7. So here we go with that. You'll notice, by the way, that when I hit record, the metronome runs. There's an icon in the upper right that if it's turned blue, it means the metronome will run while I'm recording. If it's white, it means I won't hear it while I'm recording. But either way, I'm going to have a 4 count in. So let's hear that. Just waiting for 4 measures of the 1 chord. 2 measures. 2 more of the 1 chord. Excellent. So now I've got a really good jam track. I'm going to actually expand my tracks, bring the organ down just a little bit so the bass stands out more. And I've got a great 12-bar blues jam track built basically from automatic instruments in this really nice iPad environment. It's really quick, sounds great. Now we want to export it and get it to the student. So I'm going to tap My Songs in the upper left. I'm going to tap the name of the song to rename it. I'm going to call it 12-Bar Organ. Done. Now I'm going to want to export it. So the way you do that is you tap Select in the upper right, tap 12-Bar Organ, your project, and now in the upper left you're going to want to hit the Export button. And I'm going to choose to export this to Dropbox. Now it comes preloaded with some of the info about the tune. If you want to fill that in, you can. Different audio qualities. I find that for this purpose, medium quality, even low quality is fine. So I'm going to leave everything the way it is and tap Share. Now it's going to export it, and because I've already configured Dropbox, I've already logged in on a previous attempt, it's going to remember my login for Dropbox, and it's going to bring up the last folder that I saved stuff to. So I'm going to see the file is 12-bar organ, and I've selected just Dropbox. It's just going to save it in my main Dropbox folder. Okay, so I'm going to hit Save. And then you can see it actually uploading the file. Since we made an M4A file that was pretty sort of just medium quality, it's actually a very small file, so it uploads really quick. So that's it. Once you go to Dropbox, you can actually find your tune and then send your student or your friend or your band member a link. Making jam tracks is great for getting bandmates up to speed, getting students up to speed, even just having stuff to practice yourself if you want to practice some very specific chord progression or something like that. So that's it for today's lesson. Please leave comments and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.